Hi, I'm Professor Kim from Jungang University of Korea. So I'm going to introduce a new skin rejuvenation technique called thread lifting. Thread lifting is a minimally invasive procedure which involves elevating different parts of the face and body which started to sag using special thread without have to make a surgical incision such as with a classical facial lifting, which removes the large areas of excessive skin, fat, and tissue. Thread lifting with PDO is a relatively new treatment compared to the traditional thread lifting methods. However, PDO thread lifting is arising as an effective and safe thread lifting methodology thanks to the benefits such as good lifting results, good skin stimulation, and fast recovering time, and relatively few complications. Differently from the traditional thread lifting methods, PDO thread therapy is excellent in not only lifting effect but also in facial rejuvenation. The physiological response that occurs by inserting thin PDO sutures is an inflammatory foreign body reaction that results in a collagen formation surrounding the implanted threads. The implanted threads can serve as a scaffold for the collagenous proliferation. Implanted threads, like filling the skin, can prevent the skin from generating more wrinkles when inserted perpendicular to the wrinkle directions. These are basic mechanisms of thread lifting. Applicable areas of a thread lift are various. It can be used for wrinkles, lifting, and tightening of face and body. For face, you can treat nasolabial folds, marionette line, crow's feet, teardrop, front line, and frontal wrinkles, and loosen the cheek. Furthermore, you can also improve jawline, double chin, and neck wrinkles. For body, you can also apply on the upper extremity and hip and abdominal region. There can be bleeding or bruising depending on individuals, but it is a normal complication and disappears very shortly. Thread lift is a very safe and effective treatment compared to the classical surgical incisions. It is made of PDO, which has been used as a surgical suture for a long time and fully degradable in the body within 6 months. Result is an instant, and the lifting effect lasts longer thanks to its collagen induction and wound healing proliferation effects. Procedure is simple and downtime is very short. Now I'm going to show how to use MESOTRAX for each application.
Before the procedure, inject the patient with lidocaine for nerve block. If you use lidocaine mixed with sodium bicarbonate and epinephrine, it helps reduce bruising, pain, and bleeding. Nerve block can be done on glabella, above eyebrows, under eyes, and following the face line. In case of COG treatment, perform the nerve block at the entry points and/or along the pathway of injection. Disinfect the treatment area with antiseptic. Before the main treatment of each area, we'll start with scaffolding procedure in order to build a concrete fundamental structure of thread lifting. Twisted monotype is used to perform scaffolding step. On each cheek, first insert 5 threads horizontally. Then insert 8 threads vertically. Scaffolding procedure is also applied to forehead. Check where to put threads and insert 2 horizontal lines on each half of the forehead first and then 8 vertical lines. When inserting vertically, you should be careful not to pierce the eyebrows. There are two ways to insert vertically on forehead. First, you can insert 8 threads in parallel starting from one side of forehead like this. But what we recommend is to start from the middle of the forehead. First, insert 2 vertical lines and starting the 2 lines, continue to insert 3 thread diagonally outwards on each side, as shown in the video. After scaffolding procedure, depending on the treatment area and expected result, twisted mono, super spring, or spiral cog threads can be used. For marionette lines, insert 4 horizontal lines with twisted mono and 3 vertical lines of super spring. You can take out the needles one by one or all at once. As the same way as marionette lines, insert 4 horizontal lines of twisted mono first, as shown in the video, and 3 vertical lines of super spring. To enhance the effect of scaffolding procedure applied on forehead and eliminate forehead wrinkles, insert 2 horizontal lines of super spring on each half of the forehead. After inserting 2 horizontal lines of super spring on the corrugator, as shown in the video, insert 2 vertical lines of super spring. Extra attention is required as glabella is easily bruised. Insert 2 horizontal lines of twisted mono under each eye. Extra attention is required as eye areas are very sensitive and easily bruised. After checking the ending point of needle, insert a horizontal line of twisted mono. Centering the middle horizontal line inserted, insert 1 each of twisted mono upwards and downwards diagonally. Along the jawline, insert 3 horizontal lines of twisted mono for contouring jawline. Insert twisted mono using mashing technique and insert super spring diagonally across to improve double chin. Before the procedure, inject the patient with lidocaine for nerve block. Insert 5 horizontal lines of super spring and 3 diagonal lines of super spring upwards. Then, insert 3 vertical lines of twisted mono. Cog threads are used to fixate the tissue and achieve an excellent lifting effect. For cog treatment, you can choose either spiral blunt cog or spiral sharp cog depending on the skin condition and the expected result. When using spiral blunt cog, you should pre-punch the insertion point with an 18-gauge needle. For the upper part of face, insert 4 spiral blunt cog threads towards the nasal tip, the corner of the mouth, the middle of jawline, and mandibular angle. Skin tends to resist when inserting the blunt cog. When taking out the cannula, check the tip of the cannula and ensure that the thread is anchored. Before cutting the threads, press gently down the skin so that the cog threads can grasp the tissues and the thread is well fixated. Then, cut the threads with scissors and ensure that the threads do not extrude by pulling down the skin. For the lower part of the face, insert 3 spiral sharp cog threads towards the tip of the chin, the nasal tip, and the middle of nose. Pull the skin towards the insertion point and insert the cog thread. You don't have to use one insertion point. Apart from this application technique of cog thread, different types of insertion technique can be applied. Cut the threads with scissors and pull the skin down to avoid extrusion of the inserted threads. Before the procedure, inject the patient with lidocaine for nerve block. Insert twisted mono and super spring using parallel and mashing techniques as shown in the video. To enhance MESOTRAX treatment effect, you can perform microneedling therapy between sessions of MESOTRAX treatment. Apply Genosys Easy CO2 gel over the entire face thickly and evenly using spatula. Apply Genosys Easy CO2 mask over the gel and press the mask gently. Press the mask gently again after 5 minutes to strengthen the reaction between gel and mask. After 10 minutes, remove the mask and take gel off using spatula. Wipe off the remaining gel with pure cotton cleansing pad. By moistening the cleansing pad with water, you can wipe it off more easily. Prepare skin with Genosys Snow Booster. Apply Genosys Power Solution. Start rolling towards one direction vertically from top to bottom, horizontally from left to right, and diagonally with a constant pressure. Roll in the direction from left cheek, chin, right cheek, and nose, and to the forehead. Reapply Genosys Power Solution. Apply Genosys Soothing Gel Mask for 20 minutes to soothe and moisturize skin. After applying Genosys Soothing Repair Post Cream, finish with Genosys Multi Sun Cream or Genosys Intensive Blemish Balm Cream. Before and after.